You have a keen mind.
Welcome to Locutors of Trek, Live Long and Podcast, Science Division, Debate 9. There's a lot of subsections over here. You know, that's how we roll. Debate 9 Team Edition. This is the first team version of this we've ever done. I'm excited. This is going to be an all-time great, I can tell already. You know how I know? Because of tonight's keen minds. Myself, Davan Skelhorn. It's true, Adam called me a keen mind just the other day on our Class L probe. It actually happened. Was he on drugs?
You can't take that kind of thing
You'll have to take that up with Adam, Jody. Oh. I'm not sure. Davan Skelhorn and Dave Puxley, a.k.a. your Plain Simple Tailors.
That is me.
Us. And we have, on another team, we have team, we'll just call it like Cutie and the Beast or something.
I'm Cutie.
What you guys can decide. We have Heather Narduzzi and Jody Simpson.
Hello! I just transported back from a very lavish Betazoid wedding, distant Troy cousin, you know. So I'm just serving a little Betazoid wedding look today.
Is the surprise you promised us that you just disrobed?
Yes, it is. I didn't disrobe. I was at the wedding.
She was at the wedding.
Jody, your Horgon worked wonders.
Thank you.
They just blocked the video. Look at that.
Well, they don't need to know. And on team number 3, we have Jeff Akin and Brent Allen of the Babylon 5 podcast. What is it called again, Jeff Akin?
Babylon 5 for the first time. Not a Star Trek podcast.
And you guys do Stargate for the first time too?
Also do which is still not a Stargate podcast.
Also not a Star Trek podcast.
Exactly.
And funny enough,
I love Stargate.
According to multiple charting things, we have been the #1 Star Trek podcast out there for a while.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. It's a power of SEO.
Well, it ain't my show.
This is a paradoxical moment.
Ah.
So we're talking to the #1 Stargate podcasters on Earth right now.
Star Trek podcasters.
Oh,
with
you guys are the #1 Star Trek podcast?
According to some charting things out there, like a couple different ones, we will wind up as the #1 Star Trek show out there.
The Babylon 5 show being the #1 Star Trek. Take it as you will. Take that for what you will.
Well, what are you guys doing here?
Well, I mean, I think what we're really seeing here is just the power of Walter Koenig.
For real. Just completely transcends everything.
That could be.
Yep.
And Majel Barrett.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
I'm not familiar with this Babylon 5 thing that you speak of.
Oh, you should come join us.
You will be.
Yeah.
You will be.
Oh, Cousin Dave would love to be on your Babylon 5 show.
Cousin Dave will be there, no problem.
Yeah.
I'll
He'll put on a costume.
Oh, okay. Please explain.
There's Babylon, but there's like 5 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 Babylons.
Well,
It's about the
all in the Middle East, funny enough.
Yeah. Pretty much it.
You've sold me.
That's Neo Babylon 5.
All right, should we get this show started? So
Do it.
we dither a little, but that's fine. So here we are, Debate 9. This is the game where we have, oh, look what I did. I have a whole thing for that. We have 9 Star Trek themed debates, unless there's a tie. 0 prep time. Usually that's true. You know, people got a little prep time this time, but I'm sure nobody used it. I sure didn't.
I did not.
What is this prep you speak of?
And you don't know what side you're going to be arguing anyway, so I don't know what you're going to prep. 30-second arguments followed by, actually, let's change it now. It's a 60-second free-for-all. So it's more like 30 seconds per side, right?
More freedom. That's 100% more freedom.
I won't need that much freedom.
No, Jody likes to just say one sentence and be like, I win.
Mic drop.
Yeah, exactly. The debaters are also the judges on this show. Judges can call for 30 seconds more open debate if they so choose, and they have not yet made up their mind.
I won't. I got shit to do.
No, you don't.
No,
You do, and you're doing it right now. This is the thing you have to do.
Do not defecate on the stream.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm just watching. Nardog's square over here.
Jody, focus. Focus.
Okay.
Okay.
He does love a good wedding.
This being the team edition, there is an added rule tonight, and that is, whoever on your team opens your debate, the other teammate must do the free-for-all.
Oh, okay.
So we're seeing who can finish each other's thoughts the best on this show.
Great. I just have one request, Davan. Can you stack us differently? Can you put me in the top middle on top of Jody on the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you'd
She
never
likes being
ask.
on top.
No, Heather, I cannot do that. Okay?
Yes, you can.
All right. I think this is. I think it. Who? Who's on top? Who's on top?
Oh, she could be on top.
You guys stop rolling around. All right. What?
Honey, you gotta get one of these things. They work.
Okay. So we'll go first there, Dave, since we are the locutors of Trek.
Let's locute.
So, be it resolved. Captain Sisko ordered the assassination of Gowron. Who should debate for this, Dave?
I want to hear Jody's cynicism in full play. I think he should argue or they should argue for this.
Is Jody or Heather? All right. Whoever's making your argument, your 30 seconds.
Am I cleaning up or are you cleaning up?
Oh, I'll mop up the floor with these fellas after you open.
All right.
All right.
Make it easy then.
Jody, your 30 seconds starts now.
All right. Sisko is a man with no ethics. We know this. We've seen this many, many times. Do you know why we've seen this? This guy has killed planets. All right. This guy has created mass genocide. There is no reason that he would have not ordered the assassination of Gowron. And besides, we all know he wasn't a big fan. All right. So let's be honest. The evidence is just right there. Like, we don't need any more than this. The guy is literally a habitual liar. He thinks he's a messiah. And on top of that, he thinks he can get away with anything he wants. So therefore, he did definitely do that.
All right. Well, Jeff or Chuckle Nugget de Jean-Pré.
That is Chuckle Nugget de Jean-Pré.
It is.
De Jean-Pré.
Yeah. Jean-Pré.
Whoever is doing your rebuttal, your 30 seconds. Have you guys just make your decision? You good? All right. Starts now.
Captain Sisko may not have the ethics that you imagine a Starfleet captain should have, but what he has is unrelenting respect for the order of government, the consistency of leadership. And what he knows is that Gowron getting killed would completely destabilize an already destabilizing empire. Martok saw it. Martok said, "We can't do this right now. It'll completely ruin everything for us. We're too broken up." No way Sisko would go against that.
Okay. Free for all.
30 seconds goes by
free
fast.
for all. It does. 60 seconds.
Get him, nerd
dog. Nerd dog. 60 seconds starts now. Open debate. You don't have to wait for each other. Get your uppercuts in there.
Okay, we all know Sisko is a shady bitch, okay? He's going to go in and collaborate. He's going to go into Garrick's tailor shop, get a super sweet outfit made, and drop a hint about assassinating Gowron. Then it's going to make it happen, and that's what happened. Bottom line. And he looked hot while he was doing it.
Look, there is a complete difference between dropping a hint and ordering an assassination. Look, we all know Worf is a hot-headed, half-baked Klingon as he is. Of course he's going to go in and challenge
Shut up, Jody.
the freaking emperor of the Klingon Empire, and he's just going to happen to win off of whatever, and then he's not even going to accept the cloak. No. This was something that was premeditated. It wasn't thought out. They just went in. He just went in and did it. And, if Sisko did plant the idea in his head, it wasn't in order.
Nuh-uh. He totally ordered him. He walked right by Worf right before it happened. He was like, "Hey, Worf, kill this bitch. Thanks."
Yeah, that's exactly how it went down.
That is,
and you know that because he did the little, and that's all there is to it. You know damn well.
Yes,
he
because
did that,
we always saw Sisko of all people going.
Well, I don't think I need 30 seconds more. What about you, Dave? I don't think.
Oh my goodness.
I think
think this
Team
is-
Babylon. What do you think?
Well, it's
If we
there's a lot of
disagree, we'll call for 30
circumstantial.
seconds more.
Well, no, I guess what I'm saying is there's a lot of circumstantial points raised here, and the real point it turns on is whether apparently Sisko could have told Worf to go kill him. We don't see it happen, and that's a pretty big moment. But we don't see Garrett plant the bomb on the Romulan senator's shuttle either.
No,
Very true.
So that's a tricky thing. I'd like 30 seconds more.
All right, let's hit it.
Of course, we
30
don't
seconds
see
more.
it happen. He just texted him. He sent him a little note on the Enterprise computer and dropped it in.
Enterprise, come
Enterprise
on. She should be
computer.
disqualified on that alone.
Listen. Cisco is already guilty once of staging a coup or an empire to get the Romulans into the freaking war. He's not about to stretch those boundaries one more time and order the assassination of Gowron for what? Shits and giggles? Come on now. There's no way.
No, because he didn't like Gowron and his crazy eyes.
This is totally easy. This couldn't be any easier. Gowron likes Picard. Picard doesn't get liked by Sisko. We know exactly what the agenda is here. That's simple.
Oh.
We know Sisko doesn't like Picard.
So your argument is Sisko ordered the attack on Gowron
Absolutely.
because he's still mad about his wife getting killed by the Borg.
Yes.
Dude's pissed off.
I mean, that is deep storyline crafting there. That goes right back to the pilot.
You can't. Yeah, you know what? I'm taking it as a pilot because we need to know the character that we're seeing, and the character that we're seeing is a man who does not have morals at times and has no problem killing innocent people.
Whoa, we're way over time
Gowron's
here.
innocent.
All right, 30
We
seconds
are.
is up.
We are. I'm good. I'm good for the Babylonians to have this point.
Yeah, I think they kind of cinched it there. it was. You guys did make a go of it, I will say.
Spirited.
Jeff.
Very
It was a
spirited.
moral victory for
It's
us.
because I don't like Babylon 5. Is that it?
That's why.
That's
Yes.
what it
You don't like it because you haven't seen it. That's all.
is.
If you
I've seen it.
trust me. You can't. We tried.
I like it.
Jeff and I actively tried.
It's not as
to
good
like
as
it.
Deep Space Nine, but
They do have some great starfighters, though. Oh man,
They do.
Star
They do
Springs
have
or
good
whatever they
stuff.
are. Oh yeah.
all right.
Great.
So Jody and Nardog, you're up next.
Am I announcing it or is Heather?
Whatever. It's up
All
to
right. Be it resolved. TNG should have done some mirror universe episodes. And I'm going to say 4 is going to be the Taylors, and against is going to be the Babylons. What are we called, by the way?
you. Cutie and the Beast.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
You know what? I think that's very offensive to Heather.
Okay, Beauty and the Beast.
Cutie and Beauty?
Let's start with the Taylors.
All right. Well, why don't
All
you,
right.
Dave?
All right. Well, mirror universe episodes are a classic staple, and while we know TNG wanted to set itself apart, there is something missing there. We've seen it explored in comic books.
You're betting the wrong side. You're debating the wrong side.
No. I'm arguing
You're betting
for this.
He's getting
Oh,
there.
force.
I'm arguing
okay.
for. I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm
Sorry.
on it. I'm on it.
Sorry.
You know, I want to see the realization of my reading Rambo T-shirt, which has Geordie LaForge with a repeating phaser blowing somebody away with the reading Rainbow thing on it. That is what I would love to see in some Star Trek. Geordie LaForge going ham on somebody while Crusher is just not helping anyone and betraying everyone all the time. And Picard is a megalomaniac warhound. Be
My
just
bad there. I hate Mirror
Tremendous.
Universe so much, I assumed there's no way we could be debating for that. So that was my mistake.
I wonder why I picked you for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Who doesn't want to see
Maniacal this
Picard
game.
torture Worf? That's what we got to say.
Oh, fuck.
All right, that's
Sign me up.
we're way over time, so we're gonna give you guys 60 seconds to make your case.
I think that's only fair.
All right, look, here's
We got a slight
here's
mental
the deal.
breakdown in the middle.
Star Trek has only ever had one good Mirror Universe episode, and that was Mirror Mirror. And even out of that, they've only had one good character come out of the Mirror Universe, and that's Empress Georgiou from Discovery. Outside of that, everything with the Mirror Universe has been crap. The intro to Enterprise, I'll give you that one. The intro, not the actual episode itself, just how they redid the intro part, that was kind of cool. Everything else with the Mirror Universe has been dumb. There is no way we need any more of that in our life, in our pantheon, in our canon. Keep that stuff out. TNG is great as it is. Do not dilute it. Do not disturb it. Do not lessen it with Mirror Universe episodes. Blah. I yield the rest of my time back.
All right.
I commend you for the blech at the end.
It really made the point.
All right, Jeff Akin.
ready
Nothing
for this?
personal.
Yeah, it's fine.
Look, I hate Mirror Universe episodes, but you know what?
So we're done. We
TNG
agree.
isn't for me. It's
win.
not for me, Davan Skelhorn. It's for everybody. And some people love those stupid episodes. with
16
stupid
people love
cliché
those
characters.
episodes. No one does. That's why Discovery.
Then why do they keep making them, Jeff Akin? Why do they keep making them?
so many things? Right? Why was Halo a TV show? For goodness'
I don't
sake.
know.
That's a very good question.
Right? Like this
Chuckle
is-
Nugget left. He disagreed with your debate so much.
He believes so strongly that he's just like, there's nothing more to be said. The Mirror
Yeah, he's
Universe
gone.
episode
No.
shouldn't
Look,
have happened, period, let alone in TNG.
They made TNG Mirror Universe comics, and you can't play Jacked Picard because he's not a comic book character.
You
They
see,
can't
when he
make
climbs
Picard
up the
look like
rope,
Arnold
you see-
Schwarzenegger.
You see jacked up Jean-Luc Picard when he's
But that's
climbing
not
the
good
rope.
enough. That's not Mirror Universe level
You
Jack.
see him when he's hanging, right? When he's there with Set. You already get ripped Picard.
Do I have to vote for anybody?
Yes.
Picard torturing Worf?
That already happens. Just watch TNG. Tortures him all the time.
Worf tortures himself most of the time.
He makes him do his job.
Yeah, badly. I don't know, Heather. I'm going to leave this one to you. I honestly, I can't vote for either one. I think neither one was that good.
It's your debate.
I know it's my debate, and I'm very disappointed.
Oh,
That's all I'm saying. So I'm going to leave this with the Nard Dog.
I'm going to need 20 more seconds of free for all to
You
make
get
my
30.
decision.
I don't have a 20-second clock, but
You
we
get
can do 30.
Do 30 and knock off 10 seconds early.
Damn it. Okay.
Wow, she's really strict.
The mirror episodes literally add nothing to the overall story or canon. They happen over here on the side.
The mirror
They're
episode
extra
subverts
extraneous.
in order to highlight.
Whoa,
They show it's chiaroscuro shading. man.
okay. Free for all. You're in too, Chuckle Nugget.
Dave's mirror universing this debate right
He
now.
is.
That's right.
Look,
You can't
hate-
stop
I-
this debate.
I hate
that
Mirror
alone-
I'm
Universe
debating
episodes.
all over you.
And
I
this
hate
alone
Mirror
shows how
Universe
useless they
episodes,
are.
and I can think of at least 30
right,
to
Heather.
40 TNG episodes that the
And
Mirror Universe
mustaches,
episodes would
tiny
be better
beards.
than.
Hey, time's up.
Tiny beards.
Time's up. All right, Heather. Point to the group that you want.
Okay, but what direction am I pointing?
Opposite of the way you think you
I
should.
know, but that's hard for my brain.
Right.
Then wiggle your finger like
Locutors.
I would like to give it to the Locutors because they cheated and lied and they're evil, which is of the Mirror Universe.
We're
a meta
appealing to
win.
Heather. We know who we're debating against here.
And you're saying only one Mirror Universe episode is good? What are you on?
It is the only good episode.
That is not right.
That was my argument too. I was like going to come in with that.
I agree with you,
Universe.
Brent.
Everybody's
The
evil and bisexual.
intro
It's
is amazing of the
Oh, the Enterprise one?
The-
For their
yeah,
little
the,
mirror-
The intro is
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, it was so.
Oh, like the Mirror Nerys?
No, the Mirror
Yeah,
Enterprise
she's great.
episode.
Oh, she's
Oh,
great.
the Intendant.
the intendant
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
like Worf keeping Garrick on a leash. Come on, that's amazing.
Oh yeah, no. DS9 is like beautifully psychotic in the Mirror Universe.
It is, yeah.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
It does
Pretty
beautifully
psychotic
psychotic
in the
very
non-Mirror
well.
Universe.
Yeah, exactly.
It is kind of psychotic in the real universe too. It's
All right,
cool.
let's move over to Team Babylon. First debate up now.
All right. Be it resolved, Riker should have retained the captaincy of the Enterprise after Best of Both Worlds. Should not have gone back to Picard. We're going to have Cutie and the Beast debate for, and the Taylors debate against.
All right.
All right, Heather, you start this one.
Okay. Riker should have retained the captaincy after Best of Both Worlds. Picard was completely sidelined. He was assimilated by the Borg. You can't just be like, well, back to work, no problem. And he really needed to undergo at least some sort of therapy, anything. And Riker should have been the captain in the meantime. He had already proven he had the skills, he had the looks, he had the chair straddling capacity to fulfill the Riker maneuver.
100%.
Riker for captain.
It was always going to come back to Riker's face and his straddling ability with Heather. I could have just fast forwarded to that part, Heather.
She's not wrong, is the thing. Like,
True.
It's just in the wedding spirit.
I am.
All right, who's going to rebuttal here, Dave?
Oh, I
remain.
did the rebuttal last time, or I did the
right.
thing last time. You should take her this time, and I'll free for all on Jody.
All right, good. Calm down, Jody. All right.
Orgon's still sounding like it's working for you.
We're not talking about any old captain. Yes, he was assimilated by the Borg, but we're talking about Jean-Luc Picard, the most uncorruptible mind in Starfleet. If anyone is going to be able to come back, he fought the Borg the entire time. He proved resistant to assimilation just based on willpower. All he needed to do was go see his brother, have a little cry in the great field, and he came back better than ever. And he's got Deanna there to help him, and she always knows if something's up.
He starts hearing shit all the time, and he has mental breakdowns that you barely even see. But
It's not your turn right now. All right, you know what? 60 seconds. Go.
free for all.
Here we go.
Free for all.
All right, go.
Riker never felt ready for that chair. He wanted it, but didn't want it. Riker couldn't wait to get back out of that
was
chair.
ready for every chair, man. The problem is that he wanted to hang out on the Enterprise. That has
No,
nothing to
Riker
do with
can't
it.
straddle the captain's chair on a Galaxy-class ship. You try and get at that from behind.
Well,
That's
number one,
impossible.
Enterprise
No
E,
captaincy
and
on
the
a
reason
Galaxy-class ship for
The
Riker.
reason why they made the E with an open concept was so he could straddle it. It's that
Right?
simple.
But
And
by
the
then,
reason-
we're not having the same discussion here, are we?
This
We're
is a
back in
different
Best of Both
conversation.
Worlds between Season 3 and Season 4. We've already established he can't straddle that chair, so he has to give back the
So
captaincy.
your
It's
entire
only
debate
logical.
Is not the fact that he was taken over by an alien fucking race and used.
No.
It's because he can't straddle the chair. Does that make
Yeah, it's because of the lunacy of your point. There's no procedure to take away the captaincy. They hadn't even handed it over. He was simply Captain Pro Tem. He was captain like during the time of Borgification.
Job. He did a
Sure, but he has to give it back.
The people in front of everybody else, including Picard, he
What do you
had
think,
a
Brent?
ship to run and he fucking did it.
Oh,
Here's the
right.
thing.
By the time of the
When-
Titan, great. Not yet, though.
Judges are speaking.
When you can look into a camera and with a straight face say Riker wasn't ready for the captaincy, you just lost my point,
shit.
Jeff. I don't know about you.
I'm down.
I'm actually
You know,
offended
listen,
for Riker.
listen, and listen, Dave. Let's just talk about it.
Dave, if that is your name.
absolutely can do the straddle because you know what he would do? Riker's so bomb ass, he would jump back where Worf is and he would straddle over that fucking bench and land
that
right
bitch.
into the seat. That's how
Yeah, but
Riker
that would not look
here.
cool at
You know
all,
it.
and that defeats the purpose for Riker.
He would make it look
You seeing Riker with bearded Riker fucking straddling the fucking the tactical ops thing? Fuck yeah, that's hot.
Dude, he
Yeah.
would just
I'll
like,
be in my
like
bunk.
bunny hop that thing, man.
I think you've all made my point that it's ludicrous.
We got a
imagine
65. We got a 65.
65.
We got a few.
Awesome.
Oh,
I don't know what that
there you
means,
go.
but there you
If
go.
you know, if
I'm
you
from
know,
Club
you know.
69.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
It is.
We got
not.
Sam.
Hey,
Hey, Sam. We got Sam.
we got Sam.
So do we have a point here, or are you going to give us the point, or what?
No, they gave it to
Notice?
they
The
gave it to
fucking point's right here.
Nerd Dog.
Do you see the
Oh
point?
no,
Right
Heather, you're doing bad things to poor little Sam here.
Oh,
He's just a
Sam.
young lad.
It's okay, Sam. You'll grow up to be Riker someday.
Oh boy.
Just start straddling now. That takes some stretching.
That's right.
Right.
Just put up a line of chairs and get going.
Babylon 5 is
Yeah.
my favorite Star Trek series.
Can't believe I allowed that comment on
He's
you.
not wrong.
I think that's funny. He nodded his head to Worf at least. Yes, see?
Yes, he did nod his head, but that's not
He had
saying
a-
murder
that
someone.
fucking kill him. That's what that is.
It is.
Well,
Anyway,
that's quite the presumption, I think. But
that was
anyway,
a while ago.
let's go back to our debates here, Dave.
All right, let's do it.
Why don't you
Back
read
to
this
some
one?
reasonable debates.
Yeah, exactly.
Be it resolved, Chief O'Brien is a murderer for the death of Ichar.
This is from the episode Hard Time, one of the greatest episodes in Star Trek history. Who should debate for this one? Oh, let's see here. I don't know. 4. I'm going to say Heather and Jody. Let's say, what do you think? Heather and Jody. debate
Sure.
for This one.
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
I think Heather can go first.
4?
Thank you. Perfect.
Go.
I think you're supposed to go.
Okay.
Heather.
Chief is misspelled, and
Are we good?
Oh,
Bob
no.
is missing for murderer. I'd just like to say. So yes, he may be misspelled, but he's definitely a murderer. He straight up whacked that guy. Okay, whether he did it himself
Cisco-esque.
or by neglect, yeah, it was very Cisco-esque. He just whacked him, and by not caring what happened to him. It was a mess, and Chief O'Brien should have gotten 100 more years of hard time for that shit. Suffer, Miles O'Brien. You deserve it.
He hasn't
Well.
suffered enough.
Yeah, seriously. All right, Team Babylon. Or 65 or whatever it is.
Brent's got it.
All right. You know why O'Brien could not have killed that guy? Because that guy wasn't a guy. He was a figment of O'Brien's imagination. He was a medical induced dream that never really existed. You can't kill somebody who was never, ever alive in the first place. Ichar was nothing. You can't kill that. You can't kill that. O'Brien is not a murderer. Is he fucked in the head? Yes. Is he a murderer? No.
The damage was done, luckily, but whether it... yeah.
That no one is in doubt.
That we can't argue with, but... all right. Open debates.
Fucked in the
Indeed.
head. Who hasn't thought about killing someone? Who hasn't had that fantasy? Am I the only one who's had that fantasy?
You're the only one.
I yield my time.
I've never thought about killing anybody, personally. But what
No murderers
That's
allowed.
out. You
No.
go.
And Jeff is gone.
Oh wow.
Oh, what's going on here?
You know what?
Oh.
You guys, you know what? Brent said it best. He said the guy was fucked in the head, and you know who kills people? People who are fucked in the head.
That's
It's that
presumption of the
No,
crime.
that's
That's
not,
not the
Your
crime.
fucking colleague even said that.
That's Minority Report stuff where you're like, you might do this thing, and so we're going to send Tom Cruise after you. You can't kill a thing that's not real.
Absolutely, you can kill a thing. I can kill dreams and everything. Like
Yeah, it's not murder, though. That's not
it
murder.
Depends on how you
Dreams?
define murder, I guess.
If dream
How
killing,
do you kill a dream?
if dream killing
I
was
can kill a
murder,
dream.
most
I had
parents would be
kids,
in
I could
prison.
definitely kill a dream.
All right.
That was a pretty good
as
verbal uppercut at the end.
As a judge, I
Yeah.
have to offer out a correction. It is manifestly untrue that there is a positive link between mental illness and violent crime. That is bullshit Fox News crap.
That's true.
So,
Thank you for saying that. You're right.
that being laid aside, what do you think, Davin?
I'm going to leave this one to you.
I got to side with the Nard dogs here because
Oh.
I do feel like he was in a real ethical space for himself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the interesting question to me is who is he a murderer for? He's definitely a murderer for Miles O'Brien, right? And like that's part of the wrestling in that episode. But whether he's legally a murderer, I didn't hear anybody argue that question, which
True.
would have been interesting. And I think that falls more toward Chuckle Nugget's argument,
Yeah.
right? Like there's no real sense in which he could be considered legally a murderer, and he's already done his time for it. But Miles O'Brien comes out of that feeling like a killer. in a very brutal way, a way that sort of dehumanizes and tortures him. So I give the point to the cutie
To
and
the
beast
nerds.
here.
All right.
That's right.
Yeah, and Norman's right. Lore was Mirror Data. Shinzon was Mirror Picard. We got Mirror TNG.
Oh, interesting.
And it was awful.
Ugh, in the worst
It was bad.
movie.
Well, Lore had his moments, but
Don't make me cry. I like Nemesis.
Empress Hoshi will come after you.
I mean, I do enjoy Tom Hardy doing most
Emperor
anything,
Hoshi,
you know?
right?
That was
Empress
cool.
Hoshi, that was hot. I'm not gonna lie.
Also,
Good
she's
part.
probably effective.
Empress
There's
Hoshi
also
was
that.
pretty great, yeah.
Oh, Emperor Hoshi was mad hot.
Oh,
Mad hot.
Do I need to watch Enterprise for that?
oh hell
Yes.
Just 2 episodes.
yeah. You can
That's
just
it.
watch
You know-
In America.
Yeah, there's like 2 episodes.
If there was ever a Star Trek episode made for Heather, it was probably that one.
Oh, is everybody evil and bisexual? My favorite.
Basically,
Pretty much.
everyone's
Pretty much.
everyone's definitely like, yeah.
Yeah.
I just say
All right.
sexual.
Yes,
Like, you don't
there
even
is
do it.
always the threat of sex and or violence.
Uh-huh.
It's true. Yeah,
Marvelous.
and sometimes
this is
both.
what I came to Star Trek
This
for.
is this sounds like a Friday night to me.
I mean, that honestly, if you ever checked like the Netflix things that happen at the top of every episode, it always used to say fear, comma, sex, or
Yeah, it still
violence,
does.
comma, sex, violence, comma, fear. Oh, my son loved that when I first. He's like, Dad, there's fear.
Your kid might have the wrong priorities. I'm just saying. All right, this is us, right? You go
Okay.
ahead and do this one.
I will. Be it resolved, The Wrath of Khan is only considered the best movie because it directly followed the worst movie.
All right, who's doing what here?
I'm going to have the Babylonians argue for and the Locutors argue against.
Okay,
All right.
30
I got
seconds.
It didn't follow the worst movie. It wasn't after Generations. And so there's no way that it could be considered the best movie because it followed the worst movie. Also, objectively, it is a great movie. It's also exciting because it introduces so much new lore, new uniforms, new stuff,
you
and it
supposed
does
to
it in a
be
way that
arguing
makes
for?
perfect sense. I'm arguing the right way, right?
No.
I said it is the
No, you did it backwards,
Oh,
dude.
I did it against. That's a good argument against, though. Yeah.
But now you guys can use that. If you
Okay,
want.
that's what we're going to do. We're going to switch it
We'll
up on the
switch it around
fly.
now. Okay,
Yeah,
you
it's
know what?
double negativing. That was really confusing.
Let me tell you, Jeff, you already said Generations is the worst movie, so you're not currying any favor with me there.
I'm not gonna hold that against you.
Yeah.
So we're 4 now.
Oh, yes, you're 4.
You're now 4.
Okay, Pete was all
Are you?
I know you have a screen against Ricardo Montalban prepared, Davin, so you go for it.
Wrath of Khan is only considered the best movie because it is followed by the worst movie. Yeah, didn't he? Oh no, you didn't. Yeah, you totally went against that. All right.
Do you need to like slap yourselves or something?
No, I'm waiting as long to start my debate as that movie takes to start.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just imagine a bottle going through.
And if you hadn't
things.
interrupted me, I would have done it more accurately. Excuse me.
My apologies, Davin.
And Wrath of Khan is great. I mean, come on, waxing poetic with Kirk and Mercado Montalban. Come on.
Okay, free for all.
I'm not sure either one of you guys understand this question.
Yeah.
Because you both just did the same thing.
Well, let 2 other people try and take it. Right. There you go.
Maybe it's
All right.
people.
Look, here's the thing. Wrath of Khan is considered the best Star Trek movie because of nostalgia, not because of being preceded by the worst movies. Star Trek 1 is not the worst of the movies at all. But Wrath of Khan, while good, don't get me wrong, it is a good movie. It is not the best.
Get in there, Dave. Okay. So
Hell's Heart, I stab at thee.
that works. But no, the first one is just boring. No one goes back and watches it.
It's yeah.
But
yeah.
And oh yeah, right. I was supposed to bash Wrath of Khan, wasn't I?
Yeah,
Wrath of Khan is barely a Star Trek movie. It's
I was
just
so proud of this fucking question. You guys butchered it.
it's worded kind of weird.
No, it isn't.
I will admit.
No, you guys can't read.
I do apologize. I really got a case of the giggles there. I apologize about that.
Want to do 30 more seconds and have us debate it correctly?
Well, at this point, I can't give anybody a fucking point. So
All right, let's do it.
Let's go 60 more seconds. All right, I got this. I know what we're debating now.
Okay.
So Wrath of Khan is barely a Star Trek movie. It's just like this revenge fantasy thing. Like there's no science involved. There's no discovery. There's no betterment
It's just
of humanity.
earworms.
It's succumbing to our base impulses and
It
revenge.
is not. It
and
is
shit.
the question of age. It's the question of, am I who I thought I was, and will I still be as great as I used to be? That's a question we all ask ourselves, especially at the stages of our lives that some of us are in. That's what the Wrath of
That's
Khan is
Lex
about.
Luthor.
No, he was never in Star Trek.
It's not Star Trek. I know. That's my point. It's it's external. The whole thing is just external to the movement of Star Trek as a whole. It's just a kind of weird throwback that lets them have. Well, I mean, who doesn't want Ricardo Montalban in that movie? There's a point in that. But
how can you call it a throwback when there's only 60 episodes? There's only a handful of episodes that came before it. It's the logical
They were before.
evolution.
Okay. Can I speak to Davan, the producer, for a second?
I know it went off the rails again, didn't it?
Okay. No. I just want to know, do I have to give a point to anybody?
Yes,
Damn it.
but you can leave it to Heather.
I'm going to give it to Heather then.
You left the last one to me, bud. You're on your own for this shit.
All right.
You can call for 30 seconds more.
All right, 30 more seconds. And
Oh my
please do
God.
something useful.
Wait, are we Jeff? Are we supposed to be saying why Wrath of Khan is the best movie?
I think so.
No, you're
Okay,
going...
listen. The emotional punch that happens at the end
No.
of that
No, you're
movie when Spock sacrifices himself.
Hold on,
you
Brent.
can't
Hold
get
on.
any better than that.
Yes.
That is the peak of
All
all
right,
Star
I'm
Trek
done.
ever.
Points to the tailors. I'm done.
You guys
you,
also
Ricardo
point for
Montalban.
initially fucking up the question.
Like, wow.
All our fuck ups after that was just like spin off from your guys' fuck up. So
I don't know. I think you both did pretty good.
We're all dumber for having heard that. I award
yeah,
no points.
I apologize.
May God
Normally
have
people
mercy
debate
on
for the
your
right thing.
souls.
Yeah.
Billy Madison it.
I mean, I had fun.
Oh, me too.
oh man,
That's the point, right? That's what we're all here for.
I had fun like I was at a funeral fun, but it was still fun. I guess.
Welcome to Fantasy Island, Norman says. You're not wrong.
All I know
Your
is I
Nightmare
did not
Island.
smoke enough weed
Right.
to this.
Okay. All right, on to Team Babylon's next question. All right, so that would be this one.
Be it resolved, Enterprise was the most fully realized of the Berman era's Trek from day one and episode 1. Arguing for will be the Taylors, against will be Cutie and the Beast.
You or me?
Nicely done, Jeff. That's exactly what I was thinking.
ooh, I can try this one.
Is it because
All
I
right.
had an Enterprise podcast? Is that why you're not letting me go for it?
Minefield is awesome.
Berman, to me, Berman era Trek is characterized by a questioning of the fundamental sort of axiomatic truths of Roddenberry era Trek in a creative and sometimes tense way. Enterprise, from its beginning in a cornfield in Iowa with a Klingon getting gunned down by a human farmer with what looks like a shotgun, begins in a place where none of the assumptions for Starfleet are in place. And that propels us into a whole new set of adventures in a different way.
All right.
I think I've run out of time.
No, you have. All right. Team Beauty and the Beast.
You go first, Jody.
Okay. All right. So Enterprise. Let me explain to you what Enterprise actually is, because what Enterprise actually is a money grab by basically people who decided they were going to make Sabrina the Teenage Witch the fucking stupidest TV show in the world. And on top of that, you have the WB, right? And you have all these WGN and all these guys who create lackluster shit to the point where they couldn't even put this on a good fucking channel because of the fact that it is not even close to Trek. It is literally Trek for teenage kids who wanted to sit and play with pogo balls. That's it.
No, that's Discovery.
No. Discovery is for attention span problem people.
Yeah.
All right, let's free for all this bad boy.
Okay, let's go. All right. 60 seconds.
Berman era Trek is all about sexism and putting Jolene Blaylock in the decontamination jail fucking nonsense. So to me, Deep Space Nine is the most fully realized of Berman era Trek from day one. They were on the space station, they knew what they wanted to happen, and they took that vision and they ran with it. Enterprise is bullshit.
The thing is, we're talking about fully realized from day one. Enterprise was off and running in that, like TNG, DS9, Voyager, they took time to figure out what they were doing. Like the first seasons are maligned generally for those series.
Some would say DS9 never did figure it out.
Enterprise, its first season has some of the best episodes of the entire series, and it,
well, if that's true, then
for me, it's one of my maybe my
it?
favorite first season.
Oh, well, that's
besides
too
the
bad.
pilot, the first season is garbage.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Minefield's in the first season. It's amazing.
Minefield is the worst episode of fucking Trek, period. Whiny Malcolm on the stuck on the hull of a fucking Enterprise. Give me a break.
So this
His
one,
uncle died in a submarine, Jody.
I don't care.
Well, you should care.
Every character in that show is so anti-Star Trek, it's not even funny. Like, there literally is nobody who actually acts like a Berman era character. Like, it's
no, they're anti
That's
because
the
they are
change that
Berman era
happens in the Berman
characters.
era.
they're pre-Berman.
Exactly.
Preman.
They're
They're
pre-Berman
preman.
Yeah, they're preman.
And so this one is going to go to the Taylors because they argued that it was fully realized as a show, and Deep Space Nine was far from realized in its first season. One good episode. One good
Okay, I know. I just
Whoa,
don't like
sure.
Enterprise.
Right. Fair.
There's at least half of them. Half of them were
God,
pretty
the circle
great.
jerk for DS9 is insane.
It's the best, greatest story ever told. I didn't make it.
I think
that.
it's saying
It just happens to be.
I am Tusk.
The most boring fucking arc in the world was the last
Jody,
season of that
do you
show.
want me to kick you off this team?
can
You
if you
better
want.
dial it back.
You'll be better off on your own, Heather.
You probably will.
Oh, Minefield is in season 2. All right, thanks, Sam.
Yeah,
Thank you,
see?
Sam.
Sam knows what's going on. And
Yeah, he
actually
knows
like
Minefield's
it,
great.
so.
He can't spell it, but he knows
It's a good
great.
episode.
You shouldn't talk about spelling, Mr.
I know.
Banner is
That's
wrong.
why I didn't mind making that crack, because I'm also guilty, so I don't have to feel bad. So, let's move on to the next.
Brent looks
That
so
would be our last debate here. Dave, be it resolved.
Be it resolved. Go ahead.
Alien characters lose something as they become more human-like. Any preference on hearing debates on this one?
I'd like to hear the Babylonians argue for this because we've had, I think, both of our fours on the Nard Dogs so far.
Let's do it then. All right, 30 seconds starts.
All right,
Yeah.
either Jeff or Chuckle Nuggets.
You want this one?
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right.
Alien characters lose something as they become more human-like. Of course they do. The whole idea of being alien is that you're not human. You're not from Earth. So the closer you get to humanity, the closer you get to humanoid, the closer you get to the way humans act and behave, the less you lose, or the more you lose the things that make you unique as an alien culture. Like, it's the difference between Loxana and Deanna. Loxana was this whole thing, and Deanna was this little hybrid right in between. Couldn't decide what she wanted to be. The closer she got, the less she was alien.
Good point.
All right.
Rebuttal.
I'll take this one, Jody. I definitely agree that storytelling with alien characters is interesting, but I don't think we necessarily lose something as they become more human-like, because as humans, we can relate to that. And it's about the storytelling of the character. So whether they're still an alien, so we can still see them through that perspective, but we can also identify with the humanity of it. And also, we know they're an alien because they have little ridges on their nose. So,
all the humans out there born with ridges on their nose are just like crying right now. Thanks, Heather. Thanks.
They're just pulling on their Bajoran earrings and getting mad. It's terrible.
Someone say they feel alien.
My paw.
Right. 60 seconds. Open debate.
The whole point of science fiction, be it Star Trek, be it Babylon 5, anything, is to hold up a mirror to society, to explore the things that we can't explore in traditional media. And how do you do that with a bunch of humans? You have to have that alien piece so that you can explore the aspects of humanity that either make us shine or make us suck.
I don't totally disagree with that statement. However, I think it's pretty biased for us to say that everything wants to be us. And I think saying that an alien race has gone to be human or human-like, I think is actually pretty pompous attitude to have. Aliens have their own ways of doing things. Look at Klingons, for instance, being a good start. Some would say that they act a lot like humans, but in reality, they have their own set of values, their own way of doing things, and that's what makes them alien, at least to us. And I think it's kind of absurd for us to even say that, people are becoming alien-like or human-like, excuse me.
One of my favorite texts in the whole world makes the point that difference differs for what is different. Mm-hmm. And is often invisible to what does not differ. And I think on that account, I've got to give the point to the Nardogs here, the sense that bringing that difference into consciousness by approximating but sort of contradistinguishing from humanness, it was a very elegant argument. I don't know if you're contrary on this, Davan.
No, I was actually leaning that way myself. It was a very good debate. But believe it or not, Jody said some half-smart things there for a second.
You know what? The weed sometimes disappears and I can talk right.
But it was, honestly, I thought it was lovely on both sides, because there's some really excellent points about the points you made about
reflecting like this.
Troy and Luoxana was really excellent, right? Like there is a kind of that was a tough opening bid there.
That was a hard
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a great question. Great topic to debate.
It is a good question, actually. I really like that one.
That would be a great one to pick back up on the probes.
All right, Dave, you got that?
He's happy. The captain's happy. He's getting his Babylon 5 fix. All right. Well, moving on to this one.
Is this one ours?
Yeah, definitely a Heather question.
Well, I'm going to read it then.
You read it.
All right. Be it resolved. Riker and Loxana smashed at least once. And if you're not familiar with smash, we mean intricate
intercourse.
It's a burger.
Coitus.
Oh, I thought it was like a burger.
Chamaharon.
And I say the tailors are for this one. And
oh wow!
I know that's the reason why I did it.
100%.
And against is going to be the mighty Babylonians.
All right.
All right. Let me just start off because I get.
All right, you go for it. If you've got passion for this, go for it.
No, I passion anyway.
We know who has passion, Riker and Loxana.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. At least one. but probably
Look, my opponents here are going to argue, I have no doubt, because I would, that Deanna would know instantly. Because 1, she has a psychic connection with her mother, and 2, she has a psychic connection with Riker. But the reason that doesn't matter in this case and why they definitely smashed is because 1, Riker has gone to Bajoran or Betazoid weddings before with all that sexy naked times, right? And it wasn't his wedding, you know what I'm saying? And you know Luoxana she's commented on his prowess. And I didn't get to finish my point there. But I don't know. My point. Okay, I'm finishing my point. 1. Luoxana is a higher level telepath. She can block the shit out if she wants to, so that Deanna doesn't know about it. And Riker is an idiot. It's like reading a Neanderthal's brain. It's like
straddling a chair.
I'm not sure.
I went over my time. You guys get 60 seconds. Go ahead.
There's no possible way they could have. Heather, you said it best. There's no one who has more passion than Luoxana and Riker. And when you take 2 massive forces of energy like that and you smash them together, I don't remember the D blowing up till well into the worst movie that was made from Star Trek. The D blew up. You got that? Also, Davin, to your argument point, if they had smashed, there's a 100% chance that not only would Deanna feel it, but Deanna would have been there, and it would have been a menage a Trois.
No, come on, that's a bit smutty even for this show.
No, the rest of my time.
That's what happens when I show up.
This is what you wanted, wasn't it, from this debate? All right, open debate. Take her away, Dave and Brent.
You know Luoxana is test driving Deanna's cars.
Yes. Give us the point.
You gotta know. There was a picnic by a lake with some flowers. Deanna was not there. Luoxana was testing that shit out, and Riker, pre-beard, no chair to straddle, had to straddle something else.
Look, here's the thing. You guys... Look, you know Riker loved his jazz music. He was a big trombonist. But you know his favorite rock and roll person
Big trombone.
It was
Big horn.
And you know
why?
Luoxana said. Because Riker would do anything for love, but he won't do that. That is off limits.
Meatloaf! Oh, that meatloaf would go anywhere. That meatloaf knows no boundaries. That meatloaf will go all over town. He's got a good woman, other side of town.
He's the backdoor man.
I honestly
he's a hoochie coochie man.
This is the first time that you both have positively impacted me. Well, maybe.
This is a very hard choice, and I'd like to hear 30 more seconds.
Oh, wow.
Please.
Let's give it
Listen, Riker had a very hard choice to make, but he was down for the plumbing.
It was a hard choice, really?
Hard as a rock.
Where do you think he got his taste for Betazoids in the first place?
Truck, horsepower, trains, tunnels, the whole 9 yards.
I think Riker was down. I think it's Luoxana who wouldn't touch it. Because if she had, it would have been post-Beard Riker, and post-Beard Riker was all about Troy.
Imzadi back then.
Totally pre-beard. Totally pre-beard.
That kind of moves things around a bit. What are you thinking, Heather?
Okay. On the count of 3, let's wait now. Which way is which? Okay. On the count of 3, let's each point to who we think should get the point. Okay.
On the count of 3, let's see how much lag exists between New Brunswick and Ontario.
This is awesome.
I got my pointer.
1, 2, 3.
Oh! Oh man.
What do they do?
Nobody finished right on that one.
No, I think you both finished, but different ways.
30 more seconds?
All right, another 30 seconds. Let's see if we can.
Let's have it.
What
I'm
do you
getting out of
think
breath on this.
Luoxana keeps coming back to the show?
You know why?
I mean, to
Because
the
of-
Enterprise. To the Enterprise.
She wants John Luke.
No.
Picard's
That's
just a
what she wants
diversion.
Deanna to think. She wants Deanna. That's what she puts on this.
No.
Oh, Captain. Deanna, see how I'm flirting with the
Ooh,
Captain?
Picard.
No, because Loxana has her own standards. She goes for men in power, not the second in command. That's why she was all about Odo. That's why she was all about the dude that she did wind up.
Odo
marrying
was
that had
the
kid, and he was
security
trying to steal her
chief.
away.
He was
That's
a
why she
founder.
married
This is a
Deanna
secret.
Dad
This is a
and
secret
became
shtup.
the Chalice sacred holder, rings of Rix, and all that bullshit.
She likes misogynists. She
You'll
got
hold
married
those
to a
rings.
misogynist who wanted to like take her baby away. That's who she likes.
You know
Like
what?
Riker.
Riker's a misogynist if we've ever met one.
Well done.
Exactly.
That tipped the scales for me. The argument of why do you think Loxana keeps coming back because she wants to fuck Picard? 100%.
Done and done.
Although I think the Babylonians won that debate, but I still do think Riker and Loxana definitely smashed.
Oh, they totally smashed.
At least that's what I think
insane.
about
I
it.
would
I think that's
even be
insane.
shocked if there was a little bit of a three-way with Picard as well.
With Picard. Totally.
What show have you guys
There's
been
a
watching?
four-way with Picard, Crusher.
Oh
that'd be
my
amazing.
God. This is fun.
And now Quark's in the mix.
I wouldn't watch for a week.
No, you know it was.
And Data's getting involved too, because he's fully functional. You know that.
He is fully
That's true.
Yeah, multiple
He's
techniques.
fully functional.
He's probably the only one who knows
He can
how
hold
to
the sacred
navigate all
chalice.
that, right?
All
That's
right.
true. I have done all the math
Where do you think
required.
Data learned it all from? It wasn't.
Oh
Denise
wow, look
Crosby.
at this though.
Yeah.
We're moving on to the last
The
question.
Red
This is a
Bassard Collector
tie-breaking question.
Diaries.
Tie-breaking
or
question
it's
here.
going to make a three-way tie.
You ready for this, Cousin Dave? This is gonna make your night. This question's gonna make your night. All right, here we go.
Be it resolved, Deep Space Nine was better because Babylon 5 was airing at the same time. Cutie and the Beast are going to argue for, and the Taylors are going to argue against.
All right, nerd dog.
Excellent.
Can I go first, Jody?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I definitely think that is true. I have seen that talked about by people involved with both shows. I have seen that Deep Space Nine writers felt challenged to write better, more complex, more interesting stories because they felt they were in competition with Babylon 5. And I don't think competition is a bad thing, even though they were different shows. I'm glad that we got what we got with Deep Space Nine. And I think that I still haven't watched Babylon 5.
We'll change that for you. We'll change that.
Oh.
You or me? You got one?
Oh, I got one right off the top.
All right.
I want to
go.
see both of you smash.
I still haven't watched Babylon 5, she says. As though anything were made better by an absence from somewhere else. The only thing I can really say here is Vorlon, Schmorlon, Shadow, Schmado. The whole first season of Babylon 5 was basically contrived by the commander of the station implying without your pants at the end of it.
Broke right now. He's just saying syllables. Vorgon, Schmorgon. Like, get it
You
together.
get it if you saw
Lay
Babylon
off
5.
the Jamesons, okay?
Yeah, it was actually good. It was a good. It was a good reference for him.
It was a good reference.
Thank you.
You got a point for that for sure. All
All right,
right,
let's free for all
60
this bad
seconds.
boy. Go.
All right, free for all the crap out of this.
As my
Here's
colleague has
here's.
said, I'll let you go first.
Look, why was Deep Space Nine not better? Because Babylon 5 existed? Because Babylon 5 had J. Michael Straczynski writing most of it, whereas Deep Space Nine had many good writers, right? So that's the biggest difference here. It's like if you think all these great writers like Ira Stephen Bear and Robert Hewitt Wolf were like influenced by J. Michael Straczynski, you haven't read enough J. Michael Straczynski Spider-Man or J. Michael Straczynski, Babylon 5, for example.
How
Like,
absolutely bad DS9 would be if it didn't have competition. That show, from a premise viewpoint, is fucking terrible. So I have no idea why we would think that it wasn't made better because of the competition of another very capable show.
yes, TNG. The only thing that competes with another Trek show is another Trek show. That's
I
the
don't think
standards
so.
it's held to.
I think sci-fi is universal, and I think you can definitely bring both into the equation. I don't think it has to be that DS9 was a better show than Babylon 5. I think they were different for different people, I think. But I think they have a lot of agreements together as well, which I'm sure made DS9 better.
So we're on a little bit of a delay from the comments coming through, but Devin, your JMS comment is going to explode. Like I am not comfortable being in this place right now.
I'm waiting for the fireworks. I'm at Disney World right now with my popcorn in front of the castle, waiting on that note to drop.
Yeah,
Because
I don't know if the rest of you noticed, but when you said that, Chuckle Nugget's eyes went.
yeah.
No, I didn't notice that.
Look, clearly you guys aren't Spider-Man fans. I am, so me and JMS don't have the best feelings about each
Yeah,
other.
well, it's fine, but for real, like at San Diego Comic-Con, somebody asked him about us. We talk great stuff about Babylon 5, and he hates us. And we say
He
nice
does.
things about him.
Oh
Wow.
man!
That's J. Michael Straczynski. Like, read it.
Oh
Just goes to
no!
show you how much DS9 could be trash if it wasn't for Babylon 5.
So 100%, this point is an easy point to give. It's going to Cutie and the Beast because competition is the thing. And I want to say this
You
is
didn't
for the
like
people out there
Vorlon
watching.
Schmorlon?
I love
Can't
that.
believe we
That was
lost
really
with
good.
Vorlon Schmorlon.
It was good.
if your whole argument though is Vorlon, Schmorlon, Shadow, Schmado, I can't
That wasn't the
argue.
whole thing.
There
I
was
don't
a
even
little
get
more.
the reference.
That was just
Disregarding
the icing on
from the
top.
Northwestern quadrant.
But what I
We
love
put our
about
icing
this,
on first, like
I love this 'cause
psychopaths.
nobody
But,
went to the it's better thing because neither one stole from either one. Neither one's better than they're different and they're great and they both made each other better.
I said that.
Exactly. I think it's the perfect argument.
Unless I love both series, honestly. It's true.
They're their own thing.
I can't complain about Babylon 5 because I haven't really given it any time. So maybe I will do that now.
Oh,
There's
but
at
like,
least
Shakara,
4 episodes I
these guys.
enjoy quite a
Shakara
bit.
and Londo's
Shakara's great.
relationship alone is worth watching the whole series for.
I would argue it's
Oh, man.
maybe the only thing worth
Shakara and
watching in
Londo
that
is,
series.
oh man, it's so good.
There's two
Like,
episodes
honestly,
I can
without
think of
those
that
two.
might be the best TV ever.
What is?
Two, I can think of
Oh.
2 episodes that might be.
The Jakar one where he loses his people?
That's a great one, but no, Severed Dreams,
Oh,
which is where the Babylon 5 secedes from
Oh,
But
Yeah, that's a good one.
spoilers.
well,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
well,
whoops.
we don't have to
That's a
live by this.
35-year-old
No, don't worry, you'll
Yeah.
never get
Yeah,
through
come on.
season 1.
is that
You'll
when
never get
Ivanova
through
makes her
season 1.
famous
Oh
statement?
shit,
Ivanova.
Ivanova.
Oh man, Ivanova. You're right.
That is
I now
exactly
know why
why
you lost.
this name exists right here, my friend.
I was wondering.
He called her
One of the
Ivanova.
greatest characters, honestly. She's just so great.
It's 'cause she is
Ivanova
God.
is just like she'll bust anybody's. It's great.
Dave, you should have been on this, Dave. This was custom made for you to be here.
Captain Power was maybe his best work. I will agree with you there.
Any more questions? Or did we win?
No, that's it. You guys won somehow.
You did it.
Nicely done.
Yes.
Thank you. Now I
Well,
can
good
say
job,
I
you
won,
guys.
That was really fun.
Even though Davin keeps telling me that I've won one before, but I don't remember.
I think you did. I don't know.
All right. Either way, I'm a champion, and what's even better is I'm a champion with Heather.
Yeah.
There you go.
Some say she carried
There
you to
you go.
victory.
I got to
but,
meet
you
some
know.
interesting people over on this side. These guys, a little weird. All right, not gonna lie.
We do go on a bit.
This side.
But
Yeah.
I'm now very interested, especially the way you guys debated things. I'm now interested, so I think I'm going to subscribe to your podcast and start watching.
Thank you. That's
Nah, look at
It's
that.
fun. It's
That's
fun.
what it's.
It's this weird arc. Like we fully lean into our Star Trekky Trekdom and Star Trek cred going into it, and
Awesome.
you know,
It's
there's
quite
a
the-
journey in and of
yeah.
itself right there. So
Cool.
Right on.
I feel like your podcast being rated as one of the best Trek podcasts is right up there with Galaxy Quest being one of the best Trek movies.
absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely. I haven't thought of before. I
I will
that.
fight that
is
to my
truth.
grave. That is one of the best Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
It is.
Like the
It's a
Orville
good
being one of the
movie.
best Star Trek series ever.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I gotta
well.
go.
I don't agree with that at all.
Oh.
Heather, let's tell them why that's wrong.
Yeah.
We don't need to
Be
tell
it
them.
resolved.
They are
Indeed.
fine.
All right. Well, look, I just
Forming
got
new
this
debate.
image fired up for you here. Let's just
What
do
one
a
man
quick
does
little
not make a
advertise.
show.
No, but one man can destroy a show.
Yeah, it's true.
That is true. But I don't think
Alright.
Seth MacFarlane.
I don't know.
Neelix.
I saw
Neelix.
Patrick
Oh,
Stewart
God.
do
Hey
a
now,
show
hey
at
now.
Christmas time. Well,
Remove Kess and Neelix is fine. Put Kess in there, Neelix is not fine.
Not okay.
Yeah.
Kess could have been.
Look at this show. Babylon 5 for
Hey,
the
there we
first
go.
time.
That looks
Not a
cool.
Star Trek podcast.
Ooh.
I'm glad that you even put the emblem in there, which makes it even
Totally.
funnier.
Very nice.
That's pretty good.
Well, congratulations, Heather and Jody.
It was
Thank
well,
you. Thank
well
you.
fought.
Mm.
It was all Heather, really.
Well, I agree with that much.
I'll take that credit.
I'm just like, well, I was gonna say straddling, but that's a little obscene.
You're just
I-
Jody,
the
Sam,
just
go
riding
take
the
cold
coattails.
showers. And
opposite.
you can find us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Are we on TikTok? Okay. And
Are we? Wow.
I guess. And
Cool.
you can find our audio-only version out there as well. There's 2 channels. There's like the
Not even
Science Division
Singaporean
kinda,
citizens.
you can look up your Locutors of Trek, or you can look up Live Long and Podcast for the review series. So we get kind of 2 audio channels going there.
And we review things other than Star Trek, like the Orville.
Yeah.
What?
It's definitely not Star Trek. And
Some would say it's better in some scenarios.
no, people do not say that.
Oh yeah,
Jody.
there are people that say that.
It's up person.
Seth MacFarlane says that, but we're not talking.
No,
to
I'm
him.
not. I don't care what Seth MacFarlane says.
Well,
Or as
anyone
my
have any
daughter
final
calls it,
words? Do you guys want to do any more plugs of your show there?
I think they should.
Yeah, so we talked about Babylon 5 for the first time, not a Star Trek podcast. We're also gating through Stargate SG-1 for the first time. I have never seen that before.
Oh really?
Yeah.
If you ever need a
so-
guest for that one, call me. I love Star.
So our premise for Babylon 5 was neither Brent nor I had seen it before, and so we're watching it as first-time viewers. But for Stargate, Brent has seen it, maybe, I don't know, about 47 times?
47
so far.
times, yep.
So I watch it for the first time reaction, and Brent watches it doing our for the first time thing, where we kind of look for the messages that the episodes are trying to deliver. And Stargate, shockingly, has got some
basically-
bangers.
Yeah, Stargate's great.
Yeah, basically we take what we
Better
do
than
as
the
Star
movie.
Trek podcasters, which is overanalyze everything to death and
No,
prop
we
it
don't
up
do
because it
that.
has all these amazing messages and everything in it, and we're applying that to Babylon 5, which was not written to be like that at all, which makes it really fun to talk about that way.
And I think another thing I like to point out, and Mr. Nice Bobby in the chat just did, but like our podcasts are pretty cool and fun, but really like we have the most incredible community around us. The thing we learned in Babylon 5 is the thing that humans do is form communities. It's what we do, and we formed a beautiful one through our Twitter and our YouTube and our Patreon and all the stuff out there. And so and I see a lot of them in the chat. So
That's awesome.
65 to those of you that know. And yeah, thanks for having us on here, and thanks for letting us plug our stuff.
Now get the hell out of here.
Right?
Take your 2 points and get the hell out of here.
Hey, we fought for this.
You earned them.
Tooth and nail.
Well, and then I guess there's only one thing left to say.
End transmission.